coming up on the first pitch. And today's starter, Luis Severino. What's the word on him?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
All right, ready to go here. Here's Mookie Betts. Clips the corner, and that's how this game gets started. Turns and fires to Betts. Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that skips in the dirt. And a 2-1 on the way. Slides for the stop. Gathers and throws. It's there, and that's a great play. Here's the Dodgers lineup now. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
1 out, bases empty.
1-1.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting third.
2 down, bases empty. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. You see the velocity, 97 with that fastball. Two outs, bases empty. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Foul ball, still 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That misses, and the count 1-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The 2-2. And that one ripped to left, and there's a hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. And that one is in for a strike. Hernandez getting to start in left, 32 years old, and he's a former home run derby champ. That's inside. A little bit low, and a count 2-1. Swing and a foul out of play. 2-2. Up the middle. In there safely.
Batting fifth, catcher Will Smith.
First and second, 2 outs. Will Smith to the plate. To the right side, Soderstrom. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 2 left on. On to the bottom of the first. No score after a half inning. Back here with my pal Singy. And towing the slab in this one, Shohei Ohtani. Always a treat to watch one of the best starters in the sport, Singy.
It's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
Bottom of the first. Now it's the right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
Right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
That catches the outside corner. Strike 1. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Next offering is fouled back. And it's even up.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
And that one almost hit him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Full count.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Now it's the DH, Brent Rooker. First pitch, not close. Almost got him.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
One down, base is empty. Right through there for a strike.
2-1.
Swings and misses. 2-2 now.
2-2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
This is J.J. Bleday. That's in for a strike. Two down, nobody on. Gets the strike. That was the sweeper.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
Two outs. On the ground to third. Zips it across. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. A's go quickly and quietly there. Scoreless after 1. New inning getting started. Muncy digs in.
Third baseman, Max Muncy.
One thing with Max Muncy, and it'll be interesting to see what he throws here. He hammers the fastball. Severino back to work. That one's in there. Strike one. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where hitters hit the ball, but within the new shift rules? The 1-1 is fouled off. Severino. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now one away.
Batting seventh, right fielder.
And next for
Andy
LA,
Pajes.
Andy Pajes. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought someone had hit the ball, right?
That, or just going off of gut or feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher throwing? They are sticking to the metrics and what seems to be most consistent for that hitter, regardless of who the pitcher is on the mound.
And that's down and away. Righty delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
He just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches
Conforto.
to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Michael Conforto now at the plate as he swings through strike one.
Strike.
No score here in the second. And it's fouled away. Next offering upstairs.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Pitch misses there, and that's ball 2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Pitch misses, and now it's 3-2.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Grinding AB right here, about to see pitch number 10. Battling here as he fouls it away. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. And after grinding through that at bat, he gets the best of him.
But when you see that many pitches in an at bat, your chances of succeeding go up, and right there we see the result.
Next to hit, Hesung Kim. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Conforto leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And that's
2-2.
downstairs and outside. Next
Ball.
pitch is outside.
3-2, 2
Full
out,
count.
runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Mookie Betts waiting to bat for the Dodgers. Caught him looking for the K. So the Dodgers lead 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. Line to left. And that gets down for a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a
Batting
plan to
fifth,
be aggressive.
first
Nice line
baseman,
drive to the
Tyler
pull side right there, but he
Soderstrom.
didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Next to hit, Tyler Soderstrom. Swinging a foul straight back. The next
Ball
offering misses, and the count is 1-1. Kenny Jansen doing home plate duties in this one.
Not a huge strike zone from Jansen, so he can't really be called a pitcher's umpire, but he does like the bottom part of the strike zone. We may see some pitchers steal a few strikes down there, especially the ones right below the knees. That's if their catcher can present it properly.
Runner at first with no outs here. That's a little bit low.
Ball. Full count.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
This one popped up. Betts puts it away for the out.
Batting 6th, second baseman, Zach Geloff.
So digging in, Zach Geloff. First
No.
pitch just misses. Man at first, one away. And that's way high, and it's 2-0.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
That one hit to right. Pajes in position. Corrals it. 2 down.
Batting 7th, left fielder, Seth Brown.
So here's Brown at the plate. Fastball for a strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
And that's a strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
2 outs. Swing and a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
First and second, 2 outs. Down to third baseman, Luis Urias. Right through there for a strike. And that one fouled off. First and second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. That one lifted to left. And the inning is over. A's strand a couple. We'll move to the third with no score. And we're back on to the third inning. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Mookie Betts.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
And that one clips the corner. And downstairs. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Bleday makes the grab, and there's one down.
Now batting, center fielder Tommy Edman.
And here comes Tommy Edman. Struck out swinging his first time. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. That one gets down for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Runner! Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Back up the middle and a base hit. The throw to third. He's in there.
Back-to-back singles. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. First offering misses badly for ball 1. Runners at the corners, 1 away. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. That's off the mark. 2-0.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Severino kicks, deals. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
That's 3 singles in a row. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. Grounded out his first time up. That one misses, and it's 1-0.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
That one missed.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Freeman at second. Hernandez at first. 1 gone. And another ball.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And that'll load the bases.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Here comes Max Muncy. Golden opportunity right here. And that is out of play.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And now the count is even. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Noah Murdoch getting ready to go. Harris getting cranked up as well. Just missed.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 3.
Well, knowing that this hitter's got holes in his swing, because he's got so much power, pitcher still can get a little too tight, afraid to make a mistake.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. Up the middle, he gets there on a slide, and that's a nice play to end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Digging in, Jacob Wilson. And that one wrapped foul. The shortstop takes the ball. And a foul ball. And a 1-2. Fastball is outside. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So the lineup flips over. And now it's going to be Lawrence Butler. Led off the game with a strikeout. Line drive, Kim. Over to first, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd.
Now batting, designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
Brent Rooker, the next to hit. He was a strikeout victim his first time. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. There's a strike.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Drilled out towards left center field. Brings it in for the 3rd out. as we go to the top of the fourth.
Dodgers,
Leading off,
right fielder,
Andy
Andy
Pages.
Pages.
Ball, no.
You know, these Dodgers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm
Now
before an
batting, the
offense does any
designated hitter,
damage, and
Michael
that might be the case
Conforto.
today.
Michael Conforto will climb in. A single his first time. Clips the corner, and that is strike 1. Conforto goes 6'1", 32 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2014. And foul ball. That just misses, and a count 1-2.
1-2. Ball.
And down on strikes he goes. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. And stepping
Now
in
batting,
is the
second
speedy
baseman,
Hesung
Hesung
Kim.
Kim.
Struck out looking in his first at bat. Fought off foul. In the air, center field. Bleday sizes this one up and makes the grab. And that is that. Bottom 4,
Leading
and now the
off
center
for the
fielder,
A's,
J.J. Bleday.
Center fielder, J.J. Bleday.
All right, Singy, you know I'm a dork. Shohei Ohtani, go back to May 5th, 2022 at Fenway Park. He tossed a complete game through 99 pitches. Get this, 81 strikes. It was the most strikes thrown with less than 100 pitches in a game since they started tracking pitch counts.
That's just unreal.
And that's outside.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons, he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Next up for the A's, Shea Langoliers. That's off the mark, and that is ball 1. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Next offering is down low. The A's trailing by a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
One down, base is empty. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Stays alive. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper.
These first two hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
On the ground, Kim throws to first, so they get the out after a long battle at the plate.
Up next for the A's, first baseman Tyler Soderstrom.
And now the first baseman Tyler Soderstrom, 0 for 1 with a flyout. That's a strike. And a foul ball. Goes down looking. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's. Still behind by a count of 1-0. And we're back, ready now for the 5th inning, and the batter will be the shortstop, Mookie Betts. Severino back to work. Just missed.
1 ball, no strike.
Fouled off down the right side. And he dodges that fastball. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
On the ground, out to short. 1 away here in the 5th.
Now batting, center fielder
Tommy Edman at the plate.
Edman.
1 for 2. Tap foul at the plate. And that one is in for a strike at 95. And it's 0-2. And that one is inside. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Just misses with that one. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And that just misses.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. He's 2 for 2. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 1. And a strike in there. Swings through that one.
1-2.
On the ground, right side. Slings to first, and Freeman is retired. And the Dodgers are set down in order. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, but they're on top 1-0. Bottom of the inning.
Leading
now
off
here
for
is
the A's,
Zach Gallo.
second baseman.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
That one missing inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
On the ground, right side. And it's just foul. That was close. And that is cut on and missed. And the count 1-2.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder.
So up next, Seth Brown. And he's already singled in this game. Ball 1, no strikes. Just missed. Home team down a run. Last half of inning number 5. Misses inside, and that's ball 3. And he walked him.
Ball. Take your base.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted in first base with a quick free pass.
Luis Urias.
Run around at first with 1 gone. Here's Luis Urias. He's 0 for 1. And a ground ball to first. A sliding stop. There's 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Dodgers 1 and the A's nothing.
Now pitching for
Now on the bump,
Athletics.
Michelle Otañez.
Number 47. Michelle Otañez.
Well,
Leading
1-run
off
game.
for the Dodgers,
Teoscar
left fielder,
Hernandez
Teoscar
steps to the plate for the
Hernandez.
Dodgers.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
You know, these Dodgers really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. 1 out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout. Now, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
No.
Movement in the bullpen. Grant Holman getting loose out there. McFarland getting loose as well. One down, base is empty. Urias to first in time. There to beat him by an eyelash.
Now batting, third baseman, Max Muncy.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. 0 for 2 in this one. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Two down, nobody on.
Well, I didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first. Out. Third out. Offense held in check there. 9-1 and 2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Dodgers 1 and the A's nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here is Jacob Wilson.
Jacob Wilson.
Ball 1 and a pitch inside. Yeah, that's fouled off. Next offering is in for a strike. That's a ball. Tried to attack with a sweeper.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Line to left. He's got it. And there's one away.
Now batting, the right fielder, Lawrence
And now
Butler.
the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. And a strike on the outside edge. The Athletics down by a run here in the bottom of the 6th. Next pitch is downstairs. Just missed.
Outside.
Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. Right side, hard hit. To first.
He's out.
And that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. Pitch
Ball.
misses there. Ball one. Activity in the
ball, no
bullpen for
strike.
the Dodgers. Tanner Scott, the left-hander, up and throwing. Trinan also throwing. Sliced hard but foul. And a base hit up the middle. And they had their first hit since the second inning.
He was all over that one.
Now
Once you get the
batting,
ball by the
center
pitcher, there's a
fielder,
lot of base hits up the
J.J.
middle, even on
Bleday.
ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
2 outs, runner at first. Here's the center fielder, J.J. Bleday. That's in there, and that's strike one.
But with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
Rooker off of first with 2 away. Check on the runner. Rooker back in on a dive.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Going back on this one. He makes the grab, and that ends the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Dodgers 1 and the A's nothing. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, T.J. McFarland.
Now pitching for the A's, number 48, T.J. McFarland.
Well,
Leading
one-run
off
game.
for the Dodgers,
Andy
right
Pajes
fielder,
now at the
Andy
plate.
Pajes.
Up the middle, and that chance handled. Roll picked out of the dirt, body save.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
And here is Michael Conforto. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And up next for Los Angeles, Hesung Kim. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. And that's a strikeout looking. Went back to the sweeper, and it was effective.
Well, you got to be ready to
Now
swing the
batting,
bat with a
shortstop,
runner in
Mookie
scoring position and
Betts.
2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Betts,
No.
the next to hit, takes ball 1. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. And they add to their lead. It's 3-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. Check swing, and that's a ball. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Hard ground ball, base knock. And that keeps the inning alive.
Now batting, the first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
So now it's Freddie Freeman. And the
Ball
sweeper misses.
1-0.
Edman off of first with 2 away. Pickoff throw. Edman back on a dive.
Ball 2.
When the skipper calls down to the
2 outs
bullpen,
down.
he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
2 outs. Swings through that one out in front that time.
2-1.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Two down. And the sweeper is off the plate.
Great RBI spot
down.
here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Fires across the diamond. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Mookie Betts brings the noise on this home run. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show.
Now pitching for
We're
Los
back in a new
Angeles,
pitcher here to start the
Number
bottom of the
49.
7th. Blake Trinan.
Blake
Well, I got to
Trinan.
think he probably has a little extra in the tank facing his former team, and there's not a player in the league that doesn't get a little extra motivation when he plays against his old squad.
And
Leading
now here's
off
the A's
for the
catcher, Shea
Athletics.
Langoliers,
Catcher,
known for his
Shea
rocket arm behind the
Langoliers.
plate. Trinan
No, that's
in
the
his
ball.
11th season, 36
1 ball,
years old,
no strike.
and he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2011. Pitch
No, that's
misses.
the ball.
Now 2-0. And
Ball
another
3.
ball So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
And that one hit 97 on the gun. Next pitch in for a strike. Full count now.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Pajes makes the grab, one down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom.
And now Tyler Soderstrom. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Inside, just missed. There's a strike. That one almost got him. Let's go. 2-2 now. Soderstrom checks his swing. Appeal down to third, and he held up. Ground ball to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
That play won't be trending on social media later on,
Now
but it's
batting,
still important to execute it to
baseman,
perfection.
Zach
This game is a lot
Geloff.
harder than it looks, partner.
Now it's the second baseman, Zach Geloff. Ball one low. Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the seventh. Splits the plate, and the count 1-2. Next offering misses down and away. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul.
Let's go, green and gold, baby. Let's go.
2-2.
Full count.
That to right. Pajes sizing this one up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down that time. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Dodgers 3 and the A's nothing.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back,
A's,
and a new arm on the mound to start
number
the 8th.
67.
Grant Holman.
Grant Holman.
Now it's the Dodger
Leading
cleanup
off for
hitter,
Los Angeles,
Teoscar
left fielder
Hernandez.
Teoscar Hernandez.
Slider
That's a ball.
misses outside.
1-0.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
And that's in there at the knees.
Well, that's really the money
One
spot,
strike.
down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
There's a swing and a drive. And that is a foul ball. Ground ball up the middle. Sends it to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, catcher, Will Smith.
The batter now will be Will Smith.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
That one's in there. 0-1.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. Back there. Slams into the wall and hangs on.
Outstanding catch right there, and I love the commitment that he showed. He knew that the wall was close, but was determined to make that catch, and a nice calculation of just how much room he had to try to minimize that contact.
Muncy in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Tyler Ferguson, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Leclerc warming up as well. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. And that's in the dirt. The other way, and he beats the shift, and that one finds its way through, and that extends the inning.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder Andy
And at the plate
Pajes.
for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes. Outside low, ball 1. Muncy, the runner at first with 2 gone. Next offering is downstairs. He swings and fouls one off.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
2 outs. There's a swing and a miss.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Full count.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. 1 left for LA, but they lead at 3-0. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Tanner
Now pitching
Scott.
for
He
Los
has a
Angeles.
great slider with
Number
tons of movement.
66, Tanner Scott.
Now it's going to be
Leading
Seth
off
Brown.
for the Athletics.
The A's
Left
in striking
fielder,
distance, but have some work to do.
Brown.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
That's inside. 1-0.
1 ball,
The Dodgers
no strike.
bullpen with some action. Kirby Yates looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. The 1-0. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. That one fouled off. The 1-2. And there's a ball.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. And one out now.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter.
Now
The
batting,
bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Urias in the box again, takes a strike. Scott, an all-star a season ago. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. One down, base is empty. Hit in the air out to center field. Edman snags it for the second out.
Now batting, shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Now it's the shortstop, Jacob Wilson. Pop foul out of play off to the right. That's in there. And the count is 0-2. And that skips into dirt. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. The shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Makes the grab on the run. That is the inning. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound.
Now
Tyler
pitching
Ferguson.
for the A's, number 44.
The batter will be
Leading
Michael
off for the
Conforto.
Dodgers, the designated hitter, Michael Conforto.
And that's in for a strike. 0-1. The A's bullpen has some movement. Noah Murdoch up and loosening in the pen. Harris, the lefty, warming up as well. Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swinging a foul straight back. Just missing there. 2-2.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Three-two on the way. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
So it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. With all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
One down, base is empty. Right through there for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Falling behind 2-1.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
On the ground, right side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and they can't get the out.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie Betts at the plate now. He's one of the few players in baseball history to win the MVP and World Series in the same season.
Yeah, that 2018 Red Sox season was special.
And so was 2024 for Mookie and the Dodgers. Just like that Boston team, LA won the World Series with the MVP in their roster. Instead of Mookie, though, it was Shohei who claimed the double. And that drops in for a strike.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, dude.
0-2.
That misses the zone. Going to count 1-2. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Kim at first, one gone. In the air, left field, down the line, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. And a good eye there.
Full count.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Now batting, center fielder, Tommy Edman.
2 on, 1 out. Tommy Edman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Fastball for a strike.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone here at the top of the 9th. Up and in, look out. In the dirt. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. And that's off the inside edge. Full count, 3-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. Here's Freddie Freeman now. Siggy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Langoliers makes the play, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 2 left. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Top of the order, due up. It's the Dodgers 3 and the A's 0. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Kirby Yates.
Now pitching
well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Lawrence Butler. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout.
Butler.
The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
The 0-1. That one in there across the letters.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Brent Rooker digs in now.
Designated hitter.
When you played, did you play with guys that you thought were clutch, and sort of what were the attributes you said that's what he possesses that allows him to come through?
Well, we always used to joke, you know, guys want to eat steak, and there were some that just had a knack, could understand that, all right, this is a big, you know, payout if I can come through with a knock here. But I think when you really look at the numbers, you really audit everything, guys kind of are who they are.
Nobody out, runner at first. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. That one just misses.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out at a splitter.
Just beautiful placement of the splitter right there. Exactly where you want it with 2 strikes to get that swing and miss. And he's worked very hard to be able to command that pitch. It's a tough pitch to get a grip on, but he's one of the best at throwing it where he wants to.
J.J. Bleday up next for the A's. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Close, but called a ball. And it's 1-0. Yeah, there's the strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
That's off the inside corner. Now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now only 1 out remaining.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
The Athletics down to their last out. Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Two outs. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
0-2.
This could end it. In the dirt, but kept close. Well done behind the dish. Got him, and that's the ball game.
This is just a nice win. 3-0 ball game. You feel comfortable about the 3 runs that you scored, but you also know that if you're not careful, a bloop, a base hit, and a home run ties everything up. But it was great pitching. Timely hitting really made the difference.
A shutout in this one. 3-0 our final score. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long